The beauty of the music, and I can't help but fall in love with how she moves it. Hey DJ, won't you play this song again?
Hi, my loves. I know it's that time again, and I'm having coffee. It's an early start. Yes, you can hear it in my voice. We had a fantastic time last night, my girls and I. We hung out together, and I have to personally thank Heidi. Hey, Heidi, I know you're going to be like, cringeworthy, what's she doing talking about me? But listen, you're the best. You're awesome. Like, who goes to a hotel room and cleans up after her friends? Thank you so much. But that speaks so much of who you are as a person. And I could personally tell you and everybody else, and that's why I wanted to do this publicly, you are super amazing. You know, Heidi's the kind of person that literally would give you the shoes off her feet, which she's done for me. You know, we went out, and I'm known for sore feet after dancing all night. And she did that, you know, in Montreal. She took off her shoes and she walked downtown Montreal barefooted so that I can be comfortable, okay? Oh my God, she's known as our bodyguard. Ask our other friends, you know, she's always watching out for other people. And today I want to talk a little bit about, you know, humanity. Like, we really need to get back to that place where we genuinely care about people, not just about ourselves, because we can't be stuck in our little world and our problems and say, well, that's your problem, you deal with it. No, okay? We had a series of events that happened the other night that made me want to sit down and talk about this. Like, we were out having a fantastic time, and the first situation was we were walking by a club, and yes, we were walking by the club, okay? There was a young woman, and she was crying just outside of the club, and there was a young man holding on to her, and he was talking in her face, and he was trying to pull her away from the building, and she was resisting, and they were back and forth, and she was yelling and crying, and he's yelling and, you know what I mean, tugging. So I stopped. I just couldn't keep walking. So I turned back, and the bouncer was just right next to where they were. And I went up to him. I said, you know, can you help? Can you help this couple right here? He says, nope. He says, nope, that's not my job. I'm here, and as long as they're off the premises, it's not my problem. So I looked over him, like, thinking to myself, well, what can I do? It's you know, something out of my control. I really can't, you know, get in between them. I didn't know what to say, what to do. So I went back to him and I said, listen, I said, I know there's a legal situation going on here. You have your, you know, job here to do. But I said, from a human perspective, you know, how about we do something here to help somebody? Because I said, this could actually escalate. And this could mean, you know, the police coming and these young people, their future being up in flames just because, you know what I mean, nobody stepped in to help them. They can't control their emotions at this point. And he paused, and then he said, okay, I'll go talk to him, but I don't know. You know, he seems to be way out there. So he goes over, he pulls the young man aside, and he says something to him for a little bit. And as he was coming back to me, the young man had started to go back, walking back to the girl. And he said, see, he said, I just talked to him, and look, he's back with her. But this time around, the young man was calmer, and he went over to the young woman, and he whispered something in her ear, and he kept talking, and I looked over at her, and instead of being aggressive and mad and everything, a huge smile came on her face. And then he smiled, and they started talking. And I'm like, see, all it took was one person stepping in. So to that bouncer, thank you so much for doing that. Let's care about each other. So we kept walking. Now it's later on, we're chilling, sitting at a street corner. Yeah, I know. It's the thing we do. We call it the wall. So we're hanging out there, and it's a corner, right? An intersection there. And my friends, we were sitting, and a group of friends passed us, so we stopped, we chatted. And when they were done, they were trying to cross the light. So when they moved on, I heard one of the girls scream, and when I looked over, she managed to pull her friend back from into the traffic because a car was turning and just chose not to stop. So she managed to save her friend from getting run over. And I thought to myself, oh my God, the last thing I want to see right now is somebody getting run over. And as I spoke those words, somebody else who had continued crossing, that man, that drunk man, he got hit and rolled over by the vehicle. It was an SUV. Thankfully, it was slow enough that, you know what I mean, it wasn't like impactful, but to watch that in slow motion was not the coolest thing either. So picture this for me for a moment. Everything happened in slow motion. You know, the guy's crossing, the vehicle comes, hits him, rolls over him. The cop thankfully was around the corner, so the cop pulls up. Everybody's paused like those mannequin challenge thingies, watching this. And then, just like that, the guy stood up, thankfully, you know. The driver of the vehicle left the scene of the crime. He rolled away, and so did the police. And I'm watching this going, what? But 10, 15 minutes later, after the guy's on the phone looking for help, obviously he's calling the police that was already gone. Police showed up after the fact. He was pointing in our direction to say that, you know, I mean, these people witnessed it. Nobody came over to talk to us. You know, I was hoping that actually I didn't want that to happen anyways. I mean, I didn't want to be involved, and that's the truth. But in the same breath, just watching the procedure, right, where the cops left, and then the cops came back, and the paramedics came, and they didn't check him, and they just released him, and there he was again, walking through the streets, just a drunk man, you know what I mean, and nobody there to help him. Where is the humanity, you know? All right, fast forward, we chilled there for a bit, we walked out to my car, and I had left my car unlocked. Okay, so that's my fault. And I opened my door and I looked into the back seat and noticed my shoes were on the car seat. Now I have flats in the car, backup shoes, for when my feet get sore. And they were at the bottom of the car, and now they were on the seat. So I'm like, why is my shoes on my seat? And that's when I heard Heidi say, oh my God, she walks away. And I'm like, what? She had left all her stuff in my back seat. She was coming into town for the weekend, so everything was there. And I knew it had to be a homeless person because they took all her clothing, they took all her medication. Okay. And then they took her laptop or tablet and her, you know, information, her kids' information in her wallet. Basically, she lost everything. Well, I'm really, really sorry about that. I still am sorry about that. And I've been reaching out to her, and you know, she's been good about it. She's like, you know what? It could have been worse. And that's true. It could have been worse. Everything is replaceable that she lost. But then again, here it is. You help the poor. Now the poor is stealing from you, right? So I'm looking at this and I'm going, you know what? I'm using Heidi as the reference point here because, you know, like she gives, and she's always present for people. And even when she lost something, she still was smiling about it and just moving forward with that. You know what I'm saying? And she came here with us. We had a fantastic time. And she got up early. At 6 o'clock in the morning, tidies up the hotel room. I mean, the hotel staff doesn't even have to come, right? The point is this. Listen, let's bring humanity back, okay? I mean, everybody's there trying to reach their goals and follow their dreams and inspire others. That's fantastic. We all need to do that. But let's work with the heart here, okay? Let's work with the heart, and let's create a new thing, a legacy of caring again and giving, okay? So don't leave it up to the other person because you've got your own problems and they have their own problems. Let's figure it out on our own. Let's be human again, okay? He can choose. I love you.